we go.
Hello everyone, this is John with Money on the Floor Currency Trader, and we have the FX Ultimate rocket ship that we're working with. This is our latest robot, and it's not the it's the latest one, and what we did is we made it a little bit better. So now we can't call it the same, so what we're going to do is we're going to call it the Lucky Fx53 Lucky rocket ship. So this one, the only difference is that it's the ultimate with support and resistance, so that we know that we're pulling away from a great area. So right now we have these little lines here, which is going to be resistance, an area of resistance and support. So right here it hit resistance, and then we got an arrow, we're going away from that area. We got support, we actually had the check mark which told us that we had the end of the trade. We got the support area. We got our arrow, and we also still use it doesn't have to be in the trade, but if you're trading mechanically, you definitely want to be above the half trend. So as soon as this goes above the half trend, you got everything there. Everything at the bottom is green. Let's put a cursor on it. So right there is a great trade. Now, one thing about this, you got to know, this is the beginning of Tokyo. So the beginning of Tokyo, whether you're trading the 15 or the 5, you're going to be looking for the first trade down, which would be right here, which is a full-on trade. And then it made a double bottom, which is a W, and then it gave you a second trade all the way up, which was great. And as it went into Frankfurt and pre-Frankfurt and Frankfurt, it started drizzling down, but I usually stay away from this area. There is money to be made, but it is definitely more difficult. So if you can catch this trade and this trade in Tokyo, and then in London, see, there was a trade here, but this trade sets you up for failure, but you didn't know that. So you had a trade set up, everything went green there, and it did go up a little bit, but the real trade was to the downside. So it showed you the resistance area where it hit, it had resistance, and it went on down. That was the best trade in London. And then after that, it did go back up, but this was later in London evening. Usually I'm asleep by then, but if you trade that, it did give you a second trade, which was difficult, but it was there. And then the idea is that, let me get rid of that, we'll pull forward. We go into New York, and New York gave you 1, 2 great trades, and then at the end of the day, did it give us one? Yeah, it gave us another one coming on down. So it had 3 great trades in New York. So with these indicators, it helps even trading manually. It's basically the Ultimate FX53 Ultimate rocket ship, but we added support and resistance. Yes, you're going to get less trades, so it's only going to take a trade when you got the arrow, you got the resistance, and you got everything green down below. Then it'll take a buy trade, pulled all the way back. Hopefully your stop loss was down below the support area, and then it went on up. If you made profit, it got out. Maybe you had another arrow here which might have taken off, and then after that, this one does not take off because the support or resistance isn't underneath it. See, it has to be underneath it. So if I put my cursor back on, you can see the support ended there. So after that, there's no more trades. So it runs. It can't take a trade here and die into the 200. So that's no trade there. So you get the best trades is all you're trying to do. Then at the New York, beginning in New York, you had resistance. Right there, everything was red. It went on down. You got the check mark. It exited you automatically. Or when you saw that you hit the support area from before, you exited the trade automatically yourself. And you can see you had a double bottom, which was actually a big W. And then it gave you a great buy trade to the top side, which is actually an impulse, correction, impulse is just a flag pattern or a triangle pattern right here, you can see. And then it went on up. Now you might have gotten out on this trade somewhere in here, and that's fine. There's no more trade. Now you can take it manually on that trade, but since you're so far away from support, I would stay away from it. There was another trade up, but then really the next trade was down, which was an impulse, correction, impulse all the way down. So that's how this works. Now when you purchase this, right now we're adding this to the normal rocket ship. So if you buy it for the $199, you will get this robot too, and it comes with the template. So let's go over what you get. Here it is here. If you get the zip file, it'll be like this. You'll open it up. We open it up again, and you got all this in here. Now make sure you watch. There is a video in here, and I'm going to add this video to it. But there's already a video in here that explains how to load it, how to do everything. So it works out really good. Plus it's got the best settings. And I will put another one in for the Lucky rocket ship so that you know which settings are the best for that. And it's really good on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15, even the 30. So works out really good. Let's look at the EAs. Now in the EAs, you got to make sure you put all the indicators in the indicators, a lot of indicators. So make sure you get them all in there, otherwise it does not work. So make sure you get that in there. And then if we go to the templates, it does give you the lucky template, which is the let's see right here, we got the Fx53 unlimited rocket ship, which is the template for that one. We have the other one, which is the normal rocket ship, the beginning one, and then we have the lucky rocket ship. Now I think the ultimate does come with the robot already on there, and I had this question before, but let's hit this question while we're here. If you load this one up, it does have a robot. Now at that time, that robot is a confirmation robot, which means it gives you a sign, and there's a video in here that talks about what that is, and you say yes or no. If you don't want that robot, you go into your other robots and grab it and drag it on and set up the parameters for that one. So it's easy to change them back and forth, and it doesn't matter which template you use, or even if you use a naked chart, it'll still work as long as you have all the indicators and the indicators. So it works out really nice. Now let's go back to the robots itself. You have a lot of them, so that is a little bit of a problem now. Now let's get over here. Now we have one of them which says percentage, confirmation, best exit. What that means is it doesn't do the normal 0.1 or 0.5. It does a percentage, and you put in a percentage of the account that you want it to trade, and it will keep making the trades larger and larger with the, so it's great for a small account. You can see I want to trade 2%, 5%, and then as the account grows, it makes the trade size bigger. As the account shrinks, it makes the trade size smaller. So that's how that works. Confirmation means it's going to ask you yes or no. Best exit means it's going to exit on the best exit indicator. Now the other ones you'll see that just says best exit. That means it doesn't have it's a normal trade where you put in whatever it is you want it to trade, but there is no percentage, there is no confirmation, it's just best exit. The other one here is confirmation and best exit, so you can see how that is. Another one says it has time of day to trade, and best exit. So that's how you work those in the back. Other than that, it's just telling you that. Now there is one that's a 56 super rocket ship. That was one of the beginning ones. It's still a very good one, but it goes from arrow to best exit indicator. So that's how that one works. Then you have the ultimate, which is the last one we just had. And that one I put in a percentage and a best exit. So because I like a small account, so I like to put in $500 to $1,000, set it on 5% and let it run and grow. And as it grows, the account trade size grows. So you don't have to worry about it. Or if you like a standard trade size, you would just leave it as the ultimate rocket ship with best exit. But if it has a percent, it works off percentage, has best exit, it closes on best exit. There is one here that says John's Fx53 ultimate rocket ship. That one does not have a close, which means it'll take the trade, it'll do the trailing stop, it'll do the take profit, and it will do the stop loss. There is nothing else to close it. So that's why that one has no close on it. So now that makes a little more sense of what these all are. They're all great. You got to see which ones you like. I'm not sure. I'm still, the lucky one is still new, so I'm still testing it out. But you're getting it anyway because it works great, and I like it for, I like the support resistance for mechanical trading anyway. So if I like it for mechanical trading, obviously I like it for robotic trading. And I don't need every trade. I just need the best trade, and that's what that finds. That's why that's so important to have that. So right now you're getting, basically you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 robots in one for $200, which is a great, because usually they're $200 a piece each robot. So eventually we might separate them. Right now we're going to leave it as a package deal because we're still playing with it. And if we come out with another new one, we'll add it to this. And if you already bought this, you will get that one. Now everybody have already sent out the lucky rocket ship EAs to everybody that bought before, so they're getting that too. But eventually we'll separate these and we'll have different ones probably, and the cost will probably go up, and that's how it is. But right now, if you get it at the, actually probably might even stop selling them, so because we're going to get too many out there, and I don't want that either. So, but right now is the time to get it. So make sure if you want this, you get it now. And let me go over the robot exactly what it does. So let's go ahead and close that, get that out of the way. So again, what we're looking for is how I normally trade, and this is the best way to look at it. Whether it's a 5-minute chart, we can even go to a 15-minute chart. Let's go to a 15 just so you can see everything right here. Pull this back over. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Zoom in. Here we go. Now let's say the market closed at this time. Tokyo opened. You had a buy trade. Now, is that a good buy trade at this time? We have a bar, which is a buy. We have the stochastic went green. RSI is green. It's a good time to buy. You already had everything there, but there was no support. So maybe, well, we got the 50 moving average, which is support, but I would leave that trade alone. This trade would go up. Yes, you could have made a couple dollars, but you could have got trapped. That's the problem. Now, if you see here, we got the X and an arrow at the same spot. That's why it looks kind of funny like that. So you got two things there. The X told you this trade was over with. The arrow came up and it said that everything went red. We had the bar, everything red, that it was a good trade. We were looking for this to go underneath this area, and it never really went underneath, but let's say you took it anyway. It just went sideways, which is a flag pattern, and then it dropped, and it gave you great profit down to here. It came back up, showed support, which told you definitely to exit. Plus you got the green bar, which told you to exit, and you got the arrow, and if you didn't exit, it would automatically exit on the check mark, which is the John's best exit. Now at that point, we're looking for a buy trade. All we're looking for to is to jump up above the half trend, and at that time everything's green, up it goes, great trade, went all the way up into here, gave us the opposite arrow, pulled back down. If you didn't exit when everything here turned red on your own, the robot would have exited on the check mark, but you probably would have got out because of the trailing stop. Most likely would have made your money and been done. New York opened up. It looks like a nice trade, but it said it wasn't that good because we didn't have the support was down here. It was a 50 moving average, but on the 15-minute, it would not have taken these trades. So that's why I do like the 5-minute better if you're using the support and resistance. Other than that, it's going to say you had 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades up here. It would not take these. But if you go to the 5-minute, this is where I like to trade with this, is down here. Now this is adjustable, so we'll talk about that in a minute too. So right now we have, let's find where we started from. Looks like, let me zoom out just a little bit, sorry. Boom, there we go. So now here we are. So there's, looking for Tokyo, there's Tokyo. So the market opened up, it gave us resistance up here. Here was an X, it went down. This is not a trade because there was no arrow. I do not see an arrow here. It said the trade was over with and went down to here. We are on the 5-minute. We did make a double bottom. We have support. I still don't see, oh, you know it's too far back for arrows, that's why. Okay. Arrows don't start till right here. So let's start at this Tokyo. So here we go. We got support here, but we don't have an arrow. So therefore it went up without us because we don't have the arrow. We would not trade this. It gave us an X. I still don't see any arrows in here. There was one right here. So there really wasn't any trades in here, I see. So there was a trade buy trade here, but it never really went anywhere. It would, this one for sure would have lost. We had the next one here. We have resistance. This would have been a good trade down. We have another good trade up. So we start having good trades at this time. Let's see. Let's go a little more forward. Here was London open. London gave you a trade here down, but it did not have support or resistance, so we wouldn't have taken that one. There was a nice trade up here up. We wouldn't have taken that one either. This is the one we wanted right here, which was in the middle of London. We would have taken down because we want support or resistance with this. So let's look over here. Here's a good Tokyo one here. So here's a good one here. So now we got Tokyo opened up like it always does. It went sideways. It gave a buy trade, but you wouldn't take it. There was not support or resistance. This one told you the trade exited. It gave you the resistance. It gave you the arrow, and down you went. It was already underneath the half trend. You would have made this one down, exited on the check mark, and then right away it gave you a buy trade, went back up, and then it gave you a sell trade right in here, which you could have taken, and it did go down. So you had 3. Me, I like the first 2 trades. I'm done. And then I wait for London. London gave a false trade up, then it gave a good trade down, and then also at the middle of London we had a nice trade back up. New York opened, we went down, double bottom, came back up, and then once London ended, New York was on its own, and then it went down. We had an impulse, correction, impulse, and it ended out the day. So you can see how this is a very powerful system. It was already good, but with support and resistance, it makes it even better. So, and I like better, I like making money, and this makes it easier to make money. So if you want a robot that takes less trades, but the best trades, this is the robot you want. All right, everybody, thanks you so much. I hope you understand what it is that we got here. This is an awesome system. I love it. It's making me money, and I want it to make you money. And if you bought it and you're having any trouble or you're not making money with it, please get back to me so we can find out what's going wrong and fix the settings. This should be making you money. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.